So
Yeah. Uh, Unfortunately, music was absolutely covering him over. That's why I had to say it.
okay. Well, I'm gonna go live. Ready?
Bye bye. Yep.
And we're live. Welcome.
Hmm.
You wanted to do a stream today, so we do a stream.
Well, what I'm just thinking maybe there might have been a little bit of news, nothing special happening. It's not like anything fascinating happened at all, now is it?
Well, I mean, is that really what you wanted to chat about?
Honestly, that's part of it. It's a bit of a shit show, isn't it?
It is. Let me see. I don't know if I want to do this, but let's.
Uh, well, have you been looking at the news map that I sent you? That's been quite interesting, reading some of the shit.
Well, the problem with all that is there's just so much going on that nobody knows what's really accurate and what isn't.
I agree.
All right. So, shall we start with the Daily Mail?
Go for it.
Iran attacks U.S. aircraft carrier as retaliation strikes kill 3 U.S. servicemen after Tehran raised a red flag of revenge and launched kamikaze drones across the Middle East.
Be honest, you're more terrified that the Houthi are involved because everyone knows that the Houthis are the hard people here. Snort.
All right, let's go back to where we were.
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
At this
I agree,
point,
Matt.
at this point, all right, I think
Hmm.
that we are giving the Iranians, but what's more is we are giving the region one last chance. And I mean that.
Yeah.
Because what we're trying to do is, okay, well, it's all about regime change. Okay, to a point, that's true. All right. But if they weren't screaming death to America every day, oh no, and they just had a little rally where they did death to America chants and stuff, right?
Yeah.
At some point, I don't know when, all
Mm.
right? Because I know that there's people that this will never occur to them. At some
Yeah.
point, you're going to have to believe them. At some point, we are going to have to believe who these people truly are.
Yeah. I just want to interrupt ever so slightly here. Please understand that a lot of these people were screaming death to America because it was that, or that they was going to basically have their houses set on fire while they're still in it. Please understand that
It doesn't
most of the.
matter. Okay? I understand what your point, but it doesn't matter, Jensen.
Oh, I'm going to
I
do
am
this.
concerned about what they do, not what they say or why they
Yeah.
say it.
Yes. No, that I accept.
Okay? I don't care anymore. I know that they're being, but we just bombed the crap out of these idiots. We decapitated their government. We're going after
Yes.
their military assets now, and people are still willing to go run around in the streets and screaming "Death to America" in big, massive chants with tens of thousands of people in the square.
Yeah. Yeah. That part,
Okay, so
unfortunately.
if that's the case, and they're not willing to accept, all right, and stand up, all right, and we accept responsibility, it's time we say, okay, well, we gave you the chance. The next time they
Yeah.
have one of these rallies, wipe it out.
Yeah.
I guarantee you,
Yeah.
you wipe one out, they won't be doing it anymore.
I've been saying that for a while, but yeah.
I'm not, and I know that's horrifying. That's a lot of people dead. And I'm not talking a few hundred here. I'm talking about carpet bombing them when this happens. Carpet bombing the area.
Totally okay with that one.
I don't think we should
Jin?
put U.S. assets on the ground. I think we should just be carpet bombing the entire freaking area.
Yeah.
You can't play pinpoint strike with these people. You can't.
No. No, no,
All right,
no,
and if they
no,
get to
no.
the conclusion like the Japanese did, oh shit, they're gonna wipe us out, and we're not gonna be able to do anything. That's when they decide to surrender.
Yes. Can we just cut straight to that point, please? Yes, I agree. Again, I know you point out that it's copying the HLC concept, but seriously, give them the choice. Do stop being dicks or bringing the sun.
Well,
Okay?
granted, the nukes have a different view of things for people because they just don't. It isn't what it was. Okay.
No.
A lot of the horror of the nuclear weapon on Japan came from the fact that nobody had seen one used.
Yes.
And so the reactions to it, all right, and the reactions by the people were poor. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, let's be perfectly frank. Especially in Hiroshima. Right?
Yeah.
Nagasaki was slightly different due to terrain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was the main difference between the death toll at Nagasaki versus the death toll at Hiroshima. Okay,
Okay.
the terrain is a bit more mountainous in Nagasaki, therefore the blast radius was more contained, right?
Yeah.
The fallout, okay, was a bit different as well. Okay, in
Yeah.
Hiroshima they had an immediate, for lack of a better term, black rain. All right.
Yeah.
That hit, and people didn't know what it was, and that black rain was contaminated rain clouds. Right, it was radioactive rain clouds that rained on them. All right,
Yeah.
and so a lot of the people that suffered from that, they suffered from that as well. All right, so I mean, it's a large scale situation, right? But you don't
Mm-hmm.
need to do that when you got a B-52 and you could have wiped out this entire freaking thing going grid by grid and just telling these people, okay, here, this is the issue.
I'm going to put it bluntly. It boils down to cost. Is it more expensive to use fleets of B-52s or one nuke?
Depends what you're trying to project, doesn't it?
In that case, this may be a trite comment, but I'm going to make it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
MNGA. Make nukes great again.
Well, the problem with using a nuke, okay, and
Mm-hmm.
cost effectiveness, I don't disagree necessarily. But the problem with using a nuke is it's still just a one weapon. The reason we had to drop 2 is because they came back and said, oh, they can't have any more. And so they were still arguing about not surrendering.
Okay,
That's why it took 2.
Yeah. Again,
Okay.
my concept is how much does it cost to have a B-52 turn Tehran into a parking lot? Calculated, because let's be honest, you can basically do that with 1 to 2 nukes.
Okay, but but if you throw a nuke, okay, it's too broad of an area. If you go in with a B-52, right, and you completely wipe out Tehran day after day after day, okay, it gives you a different impression because it's happening day after day after day, and the other jihadis in the region, all right, who watch them, oh, they're exterminating them, they're trying to get every single one, has a different view of things. Okay? They're trying to wipe us out, and what's more is the rest of the world will be like, hey, rather than, hey, 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 and freaking out. And let's be honest, if we throw a nuke, at this point in time. All right. I mean, it'll solve the problem in the Ukraine too, because we throw a nuke and Russia's going to go, good, okay, so we've got Lexus, and you can pretty much kiss Kiev goodbye. Okay?
True, but again,
Because Putin will
is
then
that
use
a
that as an
bad thing?
excuse to throw a nuke. Yeah, because more nukes are then being used more often.
My dear sweet sister has a comment. And there is nothing wrong with nuking first and not bothering with questions because there are no survivors. What is wrong with this?
Because your secret plan is the first nuke. The first nuke gives you license to nuke Paris. You don't care where the nuke goes. You don't care who uses the nuke. You just want the excuse to say, oh, look, Paris is gone.
Right, first of all, I'm going to stop you there. No, I completely disagree. I do care where it goes because I told you there are 2 M's, a P, and a B that get nuked. Mecca, Medina, Paris, and Brussels. Okay? And I'm willing to have London nuked, and yes, I know I'm part of it. I'm still willing to have it happen. I personally think Fallout sounds like a fun idea.
Well,
if it gets rid of the muzzes.
The fallout from nuclear weapons today is, how do I say this? I was going to say the nukes we use today are cleaner,
yeah,
but produce more radioactivity. Okay, or more fallout. All right. Yeah. And what I mean by that is the ones we used initially, we were just building it to see what can we get this to go. We then took the time and said, okay, how do we make these more powerful? All right, and so on and so forth. And from there, we went and said, okay, here's how we make these things, but we don't want as much radiation. But because they're so much bigger, the total amount of fallout, the total amount of radiation is significantly higher. Does that make sense?
Yes, and I'm still waiting for why it's a bad idea to nuke the cities as named. You still have not given me why it's a bad idea.
All right. If we were going to do that, we would have to pretty much cleanse the entire region. All right. And I mean cleanse all of Egypt, cleanse all the Sudan, cleanse all of North Africa for the most part. And I mean completely wipe them out. Completely.
You know, you're meant to be telling me why it's a bad idea, right?
I'm just pointing out that that kind of campaign becomes a campaign. Okay, yeah. over a long period of time. Okay, you would have to wipe out all of them. You have to go in there. You got to remember there were certain elements of Islam that were not horrible to the extent that they were able to produce things like the Taj Mahal. All right.
Yeah.
That there was that time frame. Okay. Everyone looks at the Taj Mahal. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm serious. Everyone looks at Taj Mahal and says, "Wow," and I'm not going to disagree that it's a go with your second plan, zombie infection. He just wants lunch. Anyway, the problem with that is on a much broader scale, is much more difficult.
I don't think Islam produced the Taj Mahal. I think that was Hindus, and Taj Mahal is actually a tomb.
Yes, but it is not a tomb for the.
It's a tomb for a sultan's wife.
Yes, but it was a sultan, all right, which is Islamic. He was an Islamic sultan. Jensen, can you talk?
I would accept that statement, but Nomad said it, so I'm going to refute it.
Jensen?
I can hear you.
You can hear Jensen?
He's talking. I can hear him.
I cannot.
Try going out and coming back in again.
No. I'm gonna have to do it.
Okay. Is this working, MC?
It's working. It's for you. Yes, that's working. But I don't think I'll be able to hear FB now.
Great.
So let me.
You get to do what Sixer was doing, which is basically say all these things, and he won't be able to hear you now.
Let me bounce out, and hopefully I can do this. Okay.
And welcome back, MC.
I'll repeat that.
There, I've got everybody. Hooray!
I'll repeat what I said just to make sure he can hear me.
Mhm.
America is the worst country in the multiverse.
Okay.
B can't hear somebody,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I know, that's what I'm about to check. So, basically, who? Oh, right, he's back. Good. Okay.
He's back. He's bad and he's uninteresting to know.
Yeah, I don't know
He's
what
back,
was
he's
going
bad, he's not black, but he is mad. There you go.
on. I don't know what it is. I'm assuming you guys can hear me now.
I can hear you
Is
clearly.
he saying
mate.
anything? He's flashing, but I can't hear anything.
First of all, this is probably not the time to play silly buggers, Batman, or are you genuine you can't hear him?
I could, then he went off, then he came back again.
Okay.
So can you hear me right now?
Yeah, I can hear you right now.
Good. Okay.
Good.
So we're back to where we were, what we're supposed to be happening.
Okay.
Discord is
How-
has been
Hold
having
on a
issues
minute.
with
Hold
me
on a
left
minute.
and right.
Hold on a minute, Nomad. How dare you call me a nitwit, B? I'm a nincompoop. Get it right.
Yeah. Okay.
Are we ready to go on to the next story?
Okay. Go for it.
The regime scalped how the Ayatollah and his henchmen were obliterated in the first 30 seconds of Israeli pinpoint strikes after the CIA tracked the tyrant.
I've only got, about the Ayatollah and his henchmen being killed. I've only got one way of expressing my emotions upon that. Ding dong, Mary on high, Hosanna in Excelsior.
Ali Khamenei and his henchmen were reportedly killed in the first 30 seconds of a mammoth blitz on Iran. The Ayatollah's headquarters was razed to the ground as the U.S. and Israel unleashed Operation Epic Fury after the CIA spent months tracking the tyrant. Donald Trump gave the green light for strikes after intelligence agencies spotted indicators that Tehran was planning to hit U.S. bases. An American official said the attack was urgent because Iran was an intolerable risk to the United States. He revealed the president decided he was not going to sit back and allow American forces in the region to absorb attacks. Okay, this is a day late and a dollar short.
Yep.
Yes. Guys, before you continue, I posted something in general. MC, all I can say is if only.
And I had to respond to your sister in chat there.
Okay, go for it, mate.
I had to. I've already done it.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I knew it. I fucking knew it. By the way, good nickname. Respect for that, sir. Good.
It's an old joke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. British values.
No, I have. I have Well, I do, but they're pre-woke British values.
You're right wing, got you. Mm-hmm.
Like anybody from a certain subcontinent should be digging the trains. Or sitting there pulling the string that makes the fan go.
Okay.
What?
I can understand. I can understand the digging latrines because they need to learn sanitation and they need to learn what it is. Okay, so I have no problem with that. But as far as them waving fans or anything else,
no, they just sit there and they pull a string and it makes the fan in the office move.
Yes, he's talking about the series Ain't Half Hot Mum.
Well, I mean, they did
She has
did
Tesco values. Oh,
they
yes,
Oh God, please stop being
B.
funny, B. That's not
Oh,
fair. You're not allowed to be
hold on.
funny.
B. I came up with a good one which stops Americans in their tracks when they're going about us going all over the world to get spices and never using them. And tell them, yes, that's true. But you see, we were doing that, then we found tea, and nothing else mattered.
This is actually a fair statement. I completely agree with this. And screw you, Americans. Okay, just saying.
Mhm.
Yes, you don't make a cup of tea by dumping tea into cold salt water.
Or
And
microwaving the water while the tea bag and the milk is in there.
Yeah.
so everything would have been
Bloody
fine
heck.
if we had just used milk. Is that what you're saying?
No, this is
Everything
why
would be fine if you had some things called kettles.
this is why, hey Jensen, this is why a cup
Mm.
of tea is so expensive in America. You know how
Mhm.
much electricity it takes to boil in Boston Harbor?
Shot. Mhm. Ah, dear Lord.
I don't think that we will ever be a true, as you guys put it, a true tea drinking nation.
Don't think you will. And the main reason why you adopted coffee was to differentiate yourself from the British.
Yes, and that's because you're not civilized,
Yeah.
Colonel.
Yes, you drink an Arab drink.
Uh-huh. And
Hey, you know anything about the history of coffee?
yes, I do.
Yeah, it first started out, I believe, in sub-Saharan Africa. And do you know what they were using it for? There's a
Laxative.
spread on their bread.
Ah,
It was the Arabs who first started drinking it, which explains why they're all bad-tempered. Because the Americans came along and stole it all.
No, we didn't. In fact, if I'm not well, okay, the spread of coffee actually I think has more to do with Spain than anything else. Because Spain was the
What?
ones who realized you could sit up there and grow it
Yeah.
even better in
Hold on a minute.
the
Hold
other
on a minute.
regions.
One. More for me then.
But yeah, no, the
ew.
That B. That isn't how you spell bitter.
Oh, ew. Ew.
Who? Me, Jensen, or MC?
Just ew.
I'm not even done. I think I'm gonna bow out of that conversation and go to this next story.
Good
You know what
choice.
the best practical joke you can ever play is sneaking into a gay friend's house, a gay couple's house, right, and switching the lube for super glue.
I'm not going to disagree with
Jensen's like, oh,
what?
ideas.
Yeah, that sounded like you were about to plead the fifth there.
Does it count as me? If I plead the fifth, does it actually count as you're American?
No, because you're English.
Damn
Three U.S. service members killed, 5 seriously wounded in Operation Epic Fury. 3 service members have been killed and 5 are seriously wounded in Operation Epic Fury, the operation against Iran.
Okay, one sec, please. Okay, I just want to say, can we all agree that Epic Fury is such a cool name?
Yeah, but can we also agree, Jensen?
Yeah.
That our armed forces are so much better that if we'd have been involved in that, we would have been so good we wouldn't have lost any men. In fact, we would have gained some.
What are you talking about? England's gaining loads of refugees from this, and you know it.
I mean servicemen.
I know.
Several others have suffered minor shrapnel injuries and concussions and have been treated and are prepared to return to duty. Major combat operations began and our response is ongoing, said CENTCOM. They said they're withholding the names of the fallen warriors until 24 hours after their families have been notified. Okay. This tells me that they hit because they threw missiles all over the place. Okay, and one of them
Mhm.
actually did hit CENTCOM headquarters in either Bahrain or Qatar. All right.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if it hit the headquarters building, but it hit the area there, and so I'm not surprised that we took casualties in these retaliatory strikes. But right now, the Iranians are throwing missiles everywhere,
Yeah.
including. I have a story where they're throwing it at Cyprus. Okay, they've been throwing them in Bahrain. They've been throwing them in Abu Dhabi. Right? They don't care who they hit.
Yeah.
They're just firing off missiles.
Yeah,
Now,
that Burj Khalifa was apparently hit as well.
the what?
Burj Khalifa, the world's biggest skyscraper thingy.
Oh, yeah, it's very possible. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a big.
Is it anywhere in the Western world?
No, it's not in the civilized.
Then I
world.
don't care.
Yeah.
They threw missiles at Cyprus and tried to hit your base. All right, in
Yeah.
Cyprus.
Hi, Matt.
Mhm.
Epic furry.
Yeah. Yeah, they did hit their own tank. I mean, look, you know, like MC said, they literally were tossing around missile. Yeah, I know, like a vending machine. They really were. It was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
well, that's the thing with American missiles. You see, if they miss a target, they've got a homing beacon that they follow.
Well, it hits their own stuff. Yeah. And no, actually, I'm
Oh,
talking.
God,
The
hey.
Iranians did.
Can you imagine that? If you had cruise missiles, right, that if they miss a target, actually had a disarm and return to base fire routine that could follow.
Well, I mean, you say that. Just imagine if Elon Musk's SpaceX, if he gets that working as well as he hopes, that could actually be a viable option of the missiles returned to a secure location for
Yep.
recovery.
Oh, and you notice how Nomad here asks me for my new avatar, right? So I give it to him, and he's still using my old one.
Yes.
Lazy bastard.
I
believe
apologize.
Oh, I was going to go with tough.
No, fair enough. Now I can't continue my insults.
Right, so hush your noise, you Scottish twat.
At least 9 killed in Pakistan as protesters try to storm the U.S. consulate over Khamenei's death.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to what you are,
Pakistan.
Jensen, compared to what you are, Jensen, that's a compliment.
Okay.
Violent clashes between protesters and security forces in Pakistan's port city of Karachi on Sunday left at least 9 people dead and more than 50 wounded as pro-Iranian demonstrators attempted to storm the U.S. consulate, authorities said. In the north of the country... go ahead.
Before you continue, hey, B.
Welcome, B.
Yes.
Hello. How is my
Pardon?
How is her
Hello,
sound?
how is my sound?
Kind of up and down, but I noticed that the most important person in the Quinn family has joined the chat.
I was already
my
here,
cat's in the other room.
No, I said chat.
I know. And MC, can you hear her?
Yes, I can.
Hey! Okay.
I'm going to turn MC up because I can't hear MC.
Yeah. That has got to be a world's first.
Yes,
We
that
actually
has
turn
to be.
him up.
Usually you don't even need the internet to hear him.
Say nothing.
There. Everybody's got their own little slot again.
Oh, that's cute!
What's cute?
B's avatar. Notice,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. It's because she's a girl. Nomad here. It's got to be extra special for her.
Is there a problem with that?
No, I'm just being an arsehole. What do you expect?
This is fair. It's him. All right, Hawkeye.
This is the
Okay.
this is the
Mhm.
one story that I wanted to get to for a while, which is Russia threatens horror strikes on Europe in revenge for Iran. Trump,
Oh, please do it.
Go on.
Trump untied
Start
our hands.
Yeah, I mean, we can easily give Russia the coordinates for Downing Street.
Yes.
Yeah.
Russian propagandists have threatened to carry out a horror strike in Europe in response to Iran's missile attack, as experts blame Donald Trump for unwittingly creating political and psychological opportunities.
Now, by horror strike, do they mean that they're going to stop sending us their good horror films?
No, I think the daily feeds from Ukraine will still continue.
No, what
Russia-
about their good horror films? Yeah, the ones which look which actually look realistic.
I mean, they've been trying to hide their horror films from what the Ukrainians have been doing to them for a while now, right? Russian President Vladimir Putin expressed condolences over the death of Iran's Supreme
Is that
Ayatollah
a different?
Ali
Is that a
Khamenei.
different?
Go ahead.
Is that a different guy to this Vladimir Putin? Is that a different guy to Vladimir Putin?
Yeah, it said Putin.
Yeah.
If you
said Putin.
I did not. Actually, I normally say Vladimir Putin. That's how I normally say it.
Does.
But look, Vlad is upset about this. Why? Because the Iranians will no longer be able to ship him missiles if they're busy firing them at the United States. All right? If they're firing them all over the place with these drones and everything else. And I'm going to go back to a statement I was saying earlier. This is another reason to carpet bomb. Since they're just deploying them in an area, wipe out that area.
Yeah, I want to watch it because Middle East, they're very good at that sort of thing. In fact, they've got magic carpet bombs.
Oh, please. And of course, Iraq is like, oh, the United States should not have done that to Iran because 60% of the country is Shiite and they're worried about all of that. When we were in Iraq, during the second year we were in Iraq, we should have sit up there and started bombing the holy hell out of Iran like we are now. We had the capability and we had to sit up there and the ability to do it. Instead, what you have is worthless freaking political and military leaders, all right, within this country that were making stupid ass decisions based on, oh, we got to worry about how they feel. And we already had that argument with Jensen earlier.
When we left Iran, we should have made both Iran and Iraq look like a glassy plane.
I don't think that was the issue. The issue was first of all, that goes back to the good old Jimmy Carter and Brezhnev, all right, who it was our foreign Secretary of State who's in charge of our foreign policy, where he told Carter that the Shah, there's nothing going on in Iran, even though everybody saw it coming. All right, nothing's going on in Iran. All right.
I'm not saying every country in the West had a hand in destabilizing the Shah's the Shah's regime, but I hear even the Australians were involved.
Well, it wasn't just that. The worst part is you end up with the French.
The French were actually the worst.
Yeah, they were. They were the ones who basically ran the coup. They were the ones.
I mean, here's the thing about the French. I mean, you get ex-British colonies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And most of them, most of the people in these countries wouldn't say no to becoming part of the British Commonwealth or a new British Empire, right? Mm-hmm. Everywhere the French have had colonies, people hate the French with a passion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's because they're French.
It's not just because they're French. It's because Clouseau wasn't just a good comedy character.
Oh, here we go.
It has
not
nothing
with the
to
Pink Panther stuff.
If you want to know why all these countries hate the French, it's because which Frenchmen were in those countries? It was the French Foreign Legion, right?
Sure.
And let's talk
Yeah, but
about
none
the
of them are actually
leadership.
French.
Let's talk about the leader. No, the leadership of the French Foreign Legion is French,
Yeah,
but the leadership of the
that's
French Foreign Legion are people who basically, you know, take the Marquis de Sade and go, well, that's a good start. Okay,
yeah.
that's how they
I've actually heard.
view people.
I've actually heard the French Foreign Legion is almost independent of the French government. The French government just point them at what they want to be destroyed.
Yeah.
Don't give them order. Don't give them any orders. Just over there.
Don't give them any orders. They don't give them support either, but it's a separate issue.
Yeah.
All right.
Fair play.
Don't get me wrong. I as far as fighting capability of the French Foreign Legion, I have a lot of respect for that. All right.
There's only
Mhm.
one.
But their
one
leadership-
Force, there's only.
Their leadership is sadistic. All right. Their leadership has no humanity to them. It
Are we
really
on about the
doesn't.
French Foreign Legion? Are we on about the French Foreign Legion or the Millwall Away Supporters Club?
Cough, cough. We are Millwall. No one likes us. We are Millwall. No one cares.
We are Millwall. Stop throwing those baggers at us.
So yeah, it's of course none of these countries like the French, right? Because that's who that's who they're in contact with. Like I said, the French Foreign Legion.
Yeah.
Oh yes, and French embassies as well.
Well, that's a separate issue. Iran attacks a European nation for the first time. Israel confirms that 2 missiles launched by Iran towards Cyprus fell into the sea, marking the first Iranian attack directed at a European country. Cyprus
Yeah,
is
just
a
wait.
country?
Just wait. Yeah, Cyprus is actually a country. It's 2 countries actually.
Okay.
There's the Turkish Cyprus and then there's Greek Cyprus. They
Yeah.
both represent different countries, but just you wait until Iran get their rubber band technology improved. They'll hit.
Now, I'd like to put my little opinion here.
Uh-huh.
Now, you are saying, I just want clarification on this. I already know the answer, but I want the clarifications anyway. You are saying that a country outside of NATO has bombed a country, or at least fired upon a country inside of NATO. Is this correct?
Is Cyprus part of NATO?
Yes,
How so?
I believe so. I thought it was.
There are British bases on Cyprus, so yes, it is.
Yeah.
There we go. In that case, Article 5.
Well, who's
End
gonna?
statement.
So
NATO has no
when
teeth.
when are the British going to sit up there and try and invoke Article 5?
That's the downside, and you know full well they won't. In fact, rumor has it, I believe, that they're trying to surrender.
No,
That wouldn't
Starmer has
surprise me.
written a strongly worded letter.
Oh, no, that changes everything.
Hold on, B. Is it a strongly worded letter of apology?
No,
Probably.
it's a single letter.
I bet he had his tongue stuck out the side of his mouth, and he was gripping that crayon with all of his fingers when he wrote it as well.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm going to have to respond. I'm sorry. No, he did not, because his tongue was so far up Ursula von der Leyen's arse, he couldn't.
Well, that makes a change from it being up some Middle Eastern rent boy's arse.
That's also fair, yes. Though we could at this point turn around and question, does that mean Ursula von der Leyen is actually a man? And I'm sure that there's at least 50 people that will say yes.
I mean, I'm not saying Starmer's gay or anything, but you know his children. I wonder who their father is.
Yeah. So does she. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't think Cyprus is actually part of the NATO, though. Now
But I thought that 20 Italians were killed in one of the NATO bases.
Yeah.
Iran here.
That. I did mention this to you yesterday, MC.
Well, I mean, was that the from what I looked at, I can't find any confirmation of that because I did go looking for it.
Okay.
No, Cyprus is not a member of NATO. I just looked it up.
Yeah.
I take back my statement.
So do I, but it is a European Union member.
Yes. It is a member of the EU, but of course we know the EU won't do anything. because the
No.
EU can't.
No, it's
No.
because the EU's too busy working out how to use the military that the EU controls to oppress its citizens.
I wish she was joking. I really do.
So do I.
Mm-hmm.
This is why America stands alone. Japan refrains
Yeah.
from an outright support of the United States. Israel attacks on Iran. Japan has refrained from expressing outright support for the weekend launch of a U.S. and Israeli attacks on Iran as Tokyo continued Sunday to gather information on the unfolding situation in the Middle East, following the killing of longtime Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi, all right, has instructed
Try
government
saying that when you've had
ministries
5 pints in you.
has instructed government ministries and agencies to analyze the potential impact of attacks on sea and air transportation as
Oh,
well as
I
the
know her
economy.
face. She's the Japanese politician who's trying to basically kick Islam out of Japan, isn't she?
Yeah, she's the right wing, isn't she?
Yeah.
Well, for Japan, yes. I mean,
Mhm.
she is.
Yeah, their socialists are more right wing than our far right. If we actually
Says
have
a
a
lot,
far right.
really. Of course we have a far right. It's called Restore.
Why is Restore far right? Because it wants to keep England.
Because it's not popular.
Actually, no, I can tell you exactly why it's far right. It's because there you go. There's your answer. Okay.
Japan has
But
go ahead.
go on, mate. Go on.
Japan has traditionally maintained friendly relationships with Iran and viewed stability in the region as vital. That's because they
As
get
they would say,
oil from Japan.
Yeah. As they would say, friendly relationships.
Casual racism, always good for a laugh.
No. Casual racism.
But this is a problem, and this has been the problem. Iran has constantly been avoiding all these sanctions and everything else that we supposedly put on them. And there was a bunch of people complaining that, oh, well, Obama had a deal with them. Yeah, they were violating the deal left and right. Oh, we made a deal that everyone was saying they weren't adhering to, including the IAEA at the time. And yet, everyone talks about, well, it was fine then. It wasn't fine then. How the hell do you think that they built all this crap, including their nuclear sites?
You notice, Jensen, when me and Nomad were kids, like real age kids.
Yeah.
How the West dealt with the Middle East was we told them what was going to happen, and they took it.
Yeah.
Now we're weak.
Yes.
The only thing that Islam will respect is strength. The only thing
100%.
that the culture in the Middle East will respect is strength.
Yeah, it's not.
The West is weak, and they're treading all over us.
It isn't Islam per se. It's
and that includes the United States.
It's the Middle East, and it's the Arab culture.
No, I'm on about being weak and being trodden all over.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're not wrong. I'm not arguing that point.
I would like to point out it's not just the Middle East that are treading all over us. It's Europe that's treading all over us.
Well,
they're only treading all over us to get. They're only treading all over us to get out the way of the Middle East.
No, it's not that they're trying to get out of the way. They're just trying to funnel them through. No, but as a serious aside, Europe is actually, and I know I constantly point out about Europe being bad. I've done it for years, literally since I was on with Dodge. But Europe is the worst thing we could have. That is one of the reasons why basically England has collapsed as far as it has.
Yep.
Because we became part of the European hegemony. Let's get honest here. And we basically lost our balls.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I mean, it's not. It's the movement of the left through watermelons more than anything else. Why do you think global warming is such a big thing? It has nothing to do with it. It's
It's
all
distraction.
watermelon. It's watermelon. Green on the outside, red in the middle. And this is the problem with them. They're freaking communists who have tried to hide who they really are. All right, and we're very successful at it, especially in the EU. Not so much in the United States, but especially in the EU, with hiding who they were. Oh, I'm for the environment. We're gonna make our way.
No, Matt. The EU is very easy to describe. It's the Fourth Reich.
In many ways, it is. But then again,
no, it really is. I mean, from what I've read, this is exactly what Hitler imagined for Europe.
Yeah,
A federal Europe.
Yeah. I've made this joke before. Who won World War II? Do you want to take a second guess?
I was right the first time when I said the Germans.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, weirdly, you're probably one of the few people that actually was accurate with that.
Most of my Jensen, most of my generations would say the same thing.
Yeah, and I hate again. Please stop making me agree with you, B. But I agree, he was around for it, and we're talking World War Zero.
If it wasn't for me, for the likes of me, you lot would still be speaking Roman.
I
told you
I said
that.
Roman.
I told you not to let him out.
Right, and if it wasn't for MC, we'd still be speaking Mammoth.
You still are, aren't you? I'm just good at translating. Oh, okay.
He's got that backwards.
Because you speak French.
Mm-hmm.
The reason they don't speak Mammoth is we killed them all. Anyway.
What's this weed business, old man?
Okay. Other compatriots of mine at the time. How's that?
Okay.
Yeah. When he was young, MC was like Tarzan, put in the Ice Age, so he's frozen to a mammoth's neck.
Yeah, biting it.
No,
hey,
it.
whatever works. All right.
Yeah.
I thought that all the Kiwis gave up their guns. Australian police investigating public place shooting.
They're not Kiwis.
I'll wait for that.
They're all Kiwis. What are you talking about?
No, they're not. You tell an Australian that he's a Kiwi, and he will cross the fucking the planet to get you for that one.
Okay.
Batman, please remember, mate, you're talking to a Mexican here. Calm down.
Okay.
Right. Hey, you know how the dinosaurs died out?
Yeah, they pissed off the Aussies.
MC decided to go skydiving that day.
And then we sit up there. The police in the Australian state of New South Wales are investigating a public shooting incident in the Central Coast on Sunday. The New South Wales police said in a statement that emergency services were called to a home in Killarney Vale.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that's how it's pronounced. All right, suburb of
Killarney.
All right, Central Coast region, just after 9:15 a.m. local time, at following reports of shots fired. Now, that's an interesting time frame to be doing it that early in the morning.
Yeah, based on your questions you made earlier, ignoring the Kiwi comment as pre-stated is already bloody wrong, I'm going to remind you that England gave up its guns back in like 1947. We still get an absolute arse ton of shootings over here. Giving up the guns just means that
they're
the normies. Well, no, the normies gave up the guns. The Crims went, well, that was stupid.
Yeah, the thing is, we didn't give up all our guns. You can still own shotguns or rifles.
True, and let's be honest, mate. America is not necessarily that much better. Technically, Chicago is a no-gun area. How many shootings are there? Literally on a weekend basis.
The thing I like hearing from Americans is, the religion of peace will never take over America because there'll be a gun behind every blade of grass. Please, you've got guns. So have they, and they're far more prepared to use them for the slightest reason.
That's the downside. Apart from that, they use bombs. Who needs guns? Yeah.
and vats of acid.
This is fair.
Yeah, you can't shoot somebody when your eyes are burning out.
Well, no. You can still shoot someone when your eyes are burning out. You just are more likely to miss. That's all. You can
Or
still
hit
shoot,
friends.
but you can still shoot. That is the argument there, sir. That's all. So if you get pedantic, go
Ex-con
on.
is back on ice after he struck a McDonald's drive-through worker in the face with a thrown Frappy coffee beverage. The Frappy rap against Daniel Abramowitz, I don't know how to pronounce the damn thing. 29 is classified as a felony since the Florida man's rap sheet included prior domestic battery conviction for punching his girlfriend, the mother of his child, in the face. Police yesterday arrested Abramovich, in the connection with a January 31st incident in McDonald's in Seminole, Florida. Investigators allege
I knew it. Florida.
that he was behind the wheel of a car at 1 a.m. in the morning when he engaged in a brief discussion with the fast food worker. He then threw a blended frozen coffee beverage, at the victim. The drink struck the 28-year-old victim in the facial region, causing the beverage container to open on impact, and the contents landed on the victim's facial region, hair, and jacket. The battery.
Okay.
Okay,
Go
go
on.
ahead.
You first.
I was just going to finish.
Okay. Got you. No, you finish first, and I'll have a go.
He's a New Jersey native with a criminal history that includes convictions of obstruction, probation violation, and burglary. So he has a long freaking rap sheet before doing
Yeah,
this, which is why they jumped on him and said, "Okay, you go to the pokey now because this isn't New Jersey where we let criminals out."
Okay.
Yeah, it's not so much. Go ahead.
Well, no. Do yours, then I'll do mine.
I was going to say. Well, I was just going to say it's not so much a rap sheet as it is a rap roll.
All right. Okay. My comment is this, and for us not so old people, the 90s, we had this thing called hot coffee, where if you threw it in someone's face, they melted.
Yeah.
Bloody ice coffee.
Yep.
Coffee.
We used to do that
You
with
probably
bucket of
got-
waters
yeah,
on witches.
Actually, the victim probably got concussed from the cubes.
That's actually the worst part. You seriously might have been right with that statement, mate.
In my neck of
Yeah.
the woods, Nancy Guthrie's latest, the police investigating the ring camera from 2.5 miles away. The Pima County Sheriff's Department said video obtained by Fox News Digital is part of an investigation into the abduction of Nancy Guthrie, though it's unclear whether it has any relevance to the case. The ring camera 2.5 miles from Guthrie's house captured a car going by around 2:30 a.m. on Sunday, February 1st, about the time the police believe the 84-year-old was abducted from her home in Tucson. The FBI is aware of the footage. Okay.
Yeah, you know, it's what they say, they're aware of the footage. Not that they're using it or doing anything with it. They know it exists. Great.
Well,
Why are you abducting an 84-year-old?
Apparently, people are suggesting it's for ransom.
I don't know the answer to that. Right? I think that
Weird, isn't it?
I think that if I was to try to handicap this in any way, and believe that this is all speculation at this point, I think it was a robbery gone wrong, right? And and they grabbed her, all right, and she just happens to be the mother of a celebrity, and so it made
That's fair.
world news. Okay, there are definite problems with the scenarios that they talk about. One of the reasons is because there was blood at the scene. Now they have not released whose blood it was. All right, whether or not it's the victims or whether or not it's not. All right, a lot of people. The one problem that a lot of people have with what's happening is from a kidnapping point of view is she is not a fully healthy 84-year-old. She takes certain medications to stay alive, and it's been a month now. And I doubt that the perp took her medicine with him.
And as you said, it's been a month. So if she was still alive and being held, they'd probably be able to trace her by somebody getting those medications.
Probably.
I don't know how it works in America, but that sounds reasonable.
But how are you going to? You would have to get the medicine, the medication, from a different,
Do
manner.
you think an 84-year-old is going to know the name of their medication?
That's also a problem.
Correct.
Yeah. The other thing is, when you get that age and you start reading your medication list, you end up summoning the devil.
Uh-huh.
That man knows he's done it 3 times already. Apparently,
Yes.
he's been
And
given.
yes, he's right, B. I have, and each time your brother appeared in my room.
I know, and I keep getting cease and desist orders from him.
The
It's
worst
quite
time was when he
annoying.
was having a shower.
You didn't
It could have been
complain.
worse.
I did. I'm still unable to shut my eyes, and that was a year ago.
I'm not going to say the next line, but all I can say is just remember this, people. I was so effective he can't even shut his eyes. But he didn't say about shutting his mouth. Just remember
Horrific.
Shut up, Jonathan.
Horrific.
Shut up, Vincent.
that. Okay.
I mean, have you ever seen that episode of The Simpsons where Homer's screaming throughout the entire episode?
Can't
That
say
was
I
meant for a
have.
month because of you.
You're welcome.
The Treasury Department terminates union contracts for IRS and Bureau of Fiscal Service workers. The Treasury Department has terminated its collective bargaining agreement with the unionized workers employed at the Internal Revenue Service, the federal agency said Friday, in an escalation of President Trump's push to exert more control over federal workers. The union contract for the Bureau of Fiscal Service was also terminated this week, according to 2 people familiar with the decision. The people spoke on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to speak to the media. Workers at the IRS and Fiscal Service Bureau, which process payments for the government, are represented by the National Treasury Employees Union. They were informed by the agency leadership that Treasury terminated their collective bargaining agreements using an executive order by President Donald Trump signed last March as the authority for the terminations. This is going to go to court.
Oh, getting back to the kidnap thing. Can you imagine if it had been Gary Busey who'd been kidnapped? They would have either returned him the same day or he'd have ended up leading the gang.
Yes, that actually sounds perfectly valid.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have made the news.
That's
Yeah,
it.
it would. It's Gary
Yeah.
friggin' Busey. He'd
That's
do
right.
something crazy.
I'm sorry, why did you waste your time adding he'll do something crazy? You already said it's Gary Busey, okay? The guy literally can't help but do something crazy. He'll just smile at people. Sorry, mate, go on.
He would have to do something crazy at the time later on, because at the time he gets kidnapped, nobody would care.
It's Gary Busey. He wakes up doing something crazy.
Yeah, it's so
He
much
goes
so.
to the bathroom doing something crazy.
So much so, nobody cares. He would have to do something really out there in order to do this.
He probably would.
This is going to court because this is a prelude to Trump really going after the unions, the public
The thingy.
sector, the public sector unions, specifically the
Yeah.
biggest one, which is the SEIU, and these are just small ones here. If he actually gets away with this, and I'm not sure he's going to be able to, okay, it'll be because he terminated it. They're terminating their contracts. It's not that their contract expired; they just terminated it. Okay.
Yeah.
On their own. So we'll see how this plays out in court. Now, unfortunately, the way the court system is, it's all over the freaking place, and it has no consistency anymore due to the leftists and the court system not, just deciding on their own what law actually is and isn't. All right, but that's a separate issue. Okay. It'll be interesting if he's successful at this. It will be resting the power back to the president to basically say, if you work for the federal government in our administration, okay, within the executive branch, you're subject to termination at any point in time, and that's what they're looking for, because they got to get rid of a lot of these people.
Yeah, but what? Yeah, it's scary when the guy who comes to tell you you're being terminated looks like Arnie.
Yeah, you want we got a better Florida story for you.
Oh gosh.
Define better.
Florida man 51 busted for sexual performance with a vacuum cleaner.
Okay, that's better.
A Florida man was arrested yesterday for indecent exposure after he allegedly engaged in a sexual performance with a vacuum cleaner at a gated resort community near Disney World.
Oh, good God.
According to police, witnesses provided statements and a cell phone recording showing Kevin Dale Westerhold, 51, partially clothed, communing with the appliance. Who wrote this story? Communing with the appliance.
Oh my God, that's Crichton when he turned human. Do you remember when he was looking at the the catalogue for for appliances, and he got a hard on when he saw a blender.
Deputies responded last Thursday to the Windsor Hills Resort in Kissimmee, all right, after receiving 911 calls about a male suspect's lewd vacuum encounter. But by the time the cops arrived at the scene, the man had left the area. All right. The subsequent investigation resulted in the identification of Westerhold, who police say is suspected based on witness accounts and video evidence of several other instances of indecent exposure at the property.
Hold on, this is his own property?
No, this was at a resort.
Ah, fair enough. For a minute there, I thought you were going to say that part of the problem was that the vacuum cleaner did not give consent.
Westerhold and his wife own condos at the Kissimmee Resort, which they rent out via Airbnb. Westerhold was arrested Tuesday at his residence in Oviedo, in a Seminole County city about 35 miles away from Kissimmee. Charged with exposure of sexual organs, a misdemeanor, he was booked in the county jail and on $2,500 bond.
And he wasn't allowed to talk to the janitor.
He refused to return comments for his alleged vacuum tryst.
Yeah. Or dust bags.
He just took the term "suck it and see" and decided to go for a whole. Sorry, I had to. I apologise. I realised that was a Batman joke, and I'm sorry.
Oh,
you're proud of that one, Batman. Come on, admit it.
I was on this training scheme once, right?
Huh?
I was on the business admin. I mean, there was warehousing there, there was catering there. Yeah, and one of the lads from the catering side, right? I mean, you could tell he was a bit unscrewed, shall we say. Anyway, yeah. But he seemed like a decent lad, so nobody bothered him. Well, he was supposed to be hoovering up. Part of his duties was hoovering up in the bait room and the smoking rooms, and he was caught. Those little duster busters, the ones with the smiley face.
Yep.
He was using one of those, and he was caught in, as the lad put it, obvious ecstasy with it stuck round his cock.
Oh.
So instead of sacking him, you know what they did?
Gave him an award?
No, they transferred him to the most sarcastic, Mickey-taking bunch of bastards in the fucking place, the warehousing department. He left within a week.
That's because they were trying to run him over with the forklift. Anyway.
No, because they were taking the piss out of him, something horrible.
Good.
While they were trying to run him over with the forklift.
You think, hey.
I guarantee you, they sit up there and suggested it several times.
Nomad, these are people you would not allow anywhere near a forklift.
I'm okay with that.
Allowing them and them getting a hold of one are two different things in a warehouse.
They'd have to. They would have had to leave the play. As it was called, Action Community College. There was no action. There was no community. It definitely wasn't a college.
I'm going to remind you, we have these things called mobile phones nowadays. I know back in your day they were using carriages.
This was the 90s.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, well, you had mobile phones, but you had to be a millionaire to turn one on.
You could also
Again, we're going back to that guy and his thing with the.
You could also do some serious damage swinging them at people. Of course, you could do serious damage to the environment, which is when you turned it on because of the radiation.
Oh God, I remember back in the early 90s, I was waiting for the bus to go to Newcastle, and there was this bloke walked past us, right? And
one
his chest.
sec, Batman, one sec. I don't believe you. Nobody wants to go to Newcastle.
Fuck you. His chest starts stringing, so he pulls out this, those large bricks that they had back then.
Yeah.
And he's like, puts it in his ear and goes, "Oh, hello!" Obviously, nobody had ever phoned him on this thing before. And he walked straight into this lamppost. The phone went one way, he went the other, and it hit the deck, and it was all over. And everybody on that bus stop, because this is how British we were, everybody on that, or English we were, everybody on that bus stop applauded.
Yes, I can imagine. Pissed yourself laughing, definitely fit.
Yeah.
3 people were killed and 14 were wounded when a gunman opened fire at a packed bar in downtown Austin early Sunday, and the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force is investigating the attack. Police responded to reports of a male shooting at Bufford's Backyard Beer Garden near the University of Texas in Austin just before 2 a.m., officials said in a press conference. 3 officers who were patrolling the entertainment district responded to the scene in 57 seconds, confronted the gunman, and returned fire, killing the unidentified suspect. The gunman reportedly...
He was from the Religion of Peace then, was he?
I suspect so. The gunman reportedly stormed the bar with a handgun and an assault rifle, according to the Austin American-Statesman. The FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force has joined the investigation into the mass shooting, indicating that the motive of the attack could be related to terrorism. Right? Probably because the guy's name was Ahmed or Mohammed in some way. All right, is what I suspect. Okay.
I don't believe it, MC. I couldn't believe that. It is Ramadan. No. There is no way they're going to do that in Ramadan.
I love that song. Ramadan, ding dong. Ramadan, ding dong dong.
The thing is they don't want to release the name of the suspect, right? And that, of course,
because they can't pronounce it.
Well, that gives you a
yeah,
you can tell
when they don't release the name of the suspect, you already know what it is.
Yeah,
exactly. Someone with a mental illness.
Yes.
Yeah. Usually named after somebody who likes goats and little girls. Not necessarily in that order.
That's disturbing, but yes.
Okay, a little different note. In the Northwest, polyamory finds something new.
Oh, I know what that is. I know what that is. That's when you've got sexual preference for parrots.
And there it is.
From big cities like Seattle and Portland, Oregon, right, to small ones like Astoria, Oregon, proponents of non-traditional romantic relationships are making headway in getting legal recognition. When we say we're growing, we mean it, because there's a story here from the New York Times. Portland and Seattle, you guys were always degenerates. You're still degenerates. Nothing's changed. No one's surprised except for the fact that it didn't include San Francisco.
Oh, look, in all seriousness, polyamory, that's basically anything's fair game, even if it's an inanimate object.
No, it's basically multiple partners.
I think that Batman is right. All right, and I think it includes vacuum cleaners like the others.
Get out of my head!
All right. I'm
Oh,
just pointing this out.
on a lighter note, yeah, because I know there's at least two people here would be interested in the news. Luna has now got a routine.
Oh yes.
When I get up, and get into the back room here, she will come up, rub against my legs, demand pets,
Yes.
and then I feed her. Then she demands more pets, and then goes and hides.
That sounds reasonable. And please remember, we need pictures.
Yeah, more
Okay.
pictures of Luna.
Yes. We don't want
What?
any more pictures of you. That was just hideous, dude.
You said you wanted something to keep the kids out of your garden.
Yes, but there was a melon involved, and I still want to know what lubricant you used.
You got the wrong picture because I didn't send you anything with a melon.
Oh.
It was MC.
No.
You shoved MC up there? Oh, MC.
No, it was
you
MC who
poor
sent you the picture.
bastard.
It was MC who sent you the picture of the melon.
Melons don't grow well in the desert, just to let you know. So it wasn't a melon.
Okay, that was more information than any of us actually needed. Let's just stop thinking about it quickly while we still got what the sanity.
Barrel cactus
Yeah,
kind of look
I-
like melons.
I like that song about the hybrid of a fruit, a dog, and a very young human.
Go on.
Melancholy baby.
And there's the joke. Okay, fair play.
An exasperated sigh from UMC is music. Sorry, Jensen. It's music to my ears.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
Tom Hanks'
See you
son, Chet, says he's trapped in Colombia without his passport, begs to be freed. I'm an American citizen.
Somebody needs to send him a white football with a bloodstained handprint on it.
Oh, it gets better. It gets better. Tom Hanks' son, Chet Hanks, is stranded in Colombia. No, he's not. Y'all ready for the story time? Chet said in an Instagram video shared on Friday, noting that he traveled to Puerto Rico last week for his home Max's birthday party, where he had a good time. The Running Point actor, I've never even heard of Running Point. What the hell?
I've never heard of it. I've never heard of Tom Hanks' son, Chet.
All right.
That's also a fair statement.
B, you had a question?
I think
No, I've never heard of it either.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Yeah,
Who
the
is-
only American Chet I've ever heard of is the big brother from Weird Science.
Yeah, that's true. Right.
Completely
Who-
lost.
Who is the son of Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, then explained that he decided to take a detour to Medellin.
Is that him there? Hold on, is that him there?
Is what in there?
He looks like Daniel Bryan.
That guy in the LA cap, is that him?
Yeah.
And
I
he's the
don't know
son
about
of
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
No.
Was he adopted?
I have. I don't know. He then explained, all right, that he took a detour to Medellin, all right, where Pablo Escobar was, right, to visit a pal named Taylor. Sounds good, right? Not really. All right, he said he was speaking to his fan. Well, check this out. The actor and musician who wore a black LA Dodgers ball cap and black shirt and heavy chain link necklace for the video then shared how things had taken a stressful turn. I am traveling on my Greek passport because I'm a dual citizen, he said, adding that he didn't use his U.S. passport because it was about to expire. And sometimes they don't let you in the country, even if it hasn't expired, but it's about to expire. He continued, I go to the airport to check in for my flight 3 hours early. This is an international flight. They tell me that if I'm using a foreign passport, I need a green card to get back into America. Okay. The incredulous surreal life alum then explained that he doesn't I have a green card because I'm an American citizen. So he's literally stuck in Colombia. I'm stuck in Medellin. Granted, there's worse places to be stuck, but I literally have no effing idea what I'm going to do. And the only embassy to get this S shuttle or shit settled is in Bogota. I don't want to go to Bogota.
Nobody does.
Tough shit.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
He could always try and
Look like
sneak back into the
Paul.
country.
No, he doesn't, does he?
What was
No,
that?
I'm not like, normally you see some hints of the father and a child, but there's like none.
Or even the mother. He doesn't look like either of them.
Doesn't look like
No.
either of them.
I think she's either he's adopted or she was dicking around.
He looks a
I'm
bit
gonna
like
go with
Tom.
yes.
He does. If you take a look at the facial structures, they're like his.
That's what we're looking at.
No, but his facial structures are very similar. And look at the ear. His ears are direct carbon copies of freaking Tom Hanks.
Mm.
Yes, they're on the side of his head and they're ear shaped.
No,
That's what I
the
was
shape of
waiting
the
for.
ear and everything. You know what I mean. All right. But what gets me is this entitled asshole wants to sit up and go, I don't want to go to Bogota. Why? Go to
Mhm.
Bogota. It's an
Yeah.
hour flight away. Don't tell me you don't
His
have
arm-
the
he
freaking
does-
money. All right.
It's an hour's flight away and his arms are tired.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Bogota is an interesting place. I've been to Bogota. All right, it's kind of
You
like
mean it's a shithole?
it's a Latin American city, so I mean, none of them are any different.
You mean it's
all
a
right?
shithole?
Well, none of them are any different, but it sits inside of a bowl. All right, the way it exists, it's in a bowl surrounded by really high mountains. Right. Because it's at the equator, these mountains tend to be somewhat tropical, all right? But at the higher altitudes, it gets cold as hell, so
Mm.
it's more like a temperate
Oh,
rainforest.
I found out something interesting the other day. Going on about ears made me think about it. Fingerprints, right? You know, you get
Yeah.
these criminals who use acid or surgery to have the fingerprints removed.
Yeah.
You know what happens when the skin grows back?
You get the fingerprints back, I'm going to guess.
Yeah. Your
Yeah.
fingerprints grow back exactly the same as they were before.
Yes. But temporarily, while you're committing your crimes, all they're getting is a smudge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we've got these really weird things. I don't know if America knows about this yet. Called gloves. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like this second skin you put over your hand.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't come up with the rules.
What was that? You broke up there.
I said I didn't come up with the rules.
Mm-hmm.
You liar!
I didn't.
Don't start.
Those rules have changed. The ones I came up with have been changed for decades. Anyway.
Yes, that's because people decided they didn't want to be dragged up a ziggurat and have the heart cut out.
And
Say nothing. Say nothing.
Jensen didn't mind. Anyway,
Jensen doesn't have a heart to cut out.
not anymore.
Not anymore.
He never did.
Got to make room for brains. Anyway,
He hasn't got a heart. He's got an IOU.
sharply dressed cat rescued from a Maine roof. Firefighters in
Mhm.
Maine came to the rescue of a sharply dressed tuxedo cat that had made its way to the steep roof of a Lewiston home. The Lewiston Fire Department said on social media that the firefighters teamed up with the local animal control to rescue the sharply dressed tuxedo cat from the roof. Engine 3 crew
That's
arrived.
one of my jokes.
He looks
It-
very much like you, Batman.
As he's coming down the
Yeah.
coming down the thing.
Somewhat, yeah.
Hmm.
Thank you.
He said that they got a ladder to reach the feline. They approached the feline cautiously. Sometimes they scratch, sometimes they bite. No shit. It's a
Yeah,
freaking
they
cat.
never shit. The scratch or bite, they don't shit.
Mhm.
This one was calm. It came up to my hand, sniffed it, and I snagged him. All right. Now, you got to remember this is Maine. It wouldn't have surprised me if they went up there with a freaking gaff and a freaking
Yeah,
And
well,
Yeah.
let's face it. Let's face it. It was Arkansas and there's a cat stuck up a tree. The fire department turned up with guns.
the fire department wouldn't have turned up. The police department might have after the guns went off. The cat was laying on the ground.
Oh God, talking about cats up trees.
Mm.
Whenever somebody mentions it, I always think of that scene from Superman, the movie. You know,
Mhm.
he rescues a cat from the tree for the little girl. She goes into the house,
Yeah.
and mommy, this man, such and such was stuck up the tree, and this man flew down from the sky and rescued her. Whack! How many times have I told you about lying? That's
Yeah.
actually in the film.
I assume that this was like Christopher Reeve.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, sorry, I hate to break this to you, but that's kind of before my time, man. Okay.
I know. That's what makes it funnier.
Fair play. All right.
Escaped monkey wanders into Missouri owner's garage.
Oh God, don't do the monkey thing.
Is it Punch?
I know it is.
What monkey?
A capuchin.
Punch.
Yeah,
Ah,
Punch the Monkey. It's been an absolute shit
I-
show.
I prefer Dropkick the monkey.
A wildlife rescuer in Missouri said he was shocked when a call about a monkey in a homeowner's garage turned out to be involved an actual capuchin monkey. Why the hell do you think he called, you idiots?
Yeah, they are renowned as nature's butlers. They're supposed to be very friendly, very approachable,
Yeah.
unless
don't know
they've
if
got
he's
rabies or
joking or
something.
not.
I'm not.
Oh wow.
They actually train them to help disabled people.
Michael Baran, owner of the Wildlife Command Center in Imperial, said the Tuesday call about a monkey sighting in the St. Louis area garage was far from the first primate report he received. Look, I get calls about monkeys all the time, Baran said. I just saw a monkey in the Forest Park. I just saw a monkey in my apartment. So when I got the call that there's a monkey in the garage, I was like, yeah, right. He said his skepticism was replaced with shock when the caller made a FaceTime call to his marketing manager and showed the animal was an actual capuchin monkey. It looks like one of the friends, and I'm not kidding you. For the
So,
first
can you imagine
time in
if you-
60 years, it was actually a monkey. He said the monkey initially resisted being lured into a dog crate. No shit! Get in the dog crate! Yeah, right. I mean, come on! This homeowner was standing on the steps which led to the door that went into the laundry room. All right, the monkey all of a sudden jumped onto the owner's shoulder. She opened the door to get away, and the monkey slipped into the laundry room. In a smaller, tighter space, I had an easier time getting my hands on the monkey. I mean, so this guy who's supposed to be the animal control officer
This
has
just
basically allowed
sounds worse and worse.
It does, doesn't it?
All right,
There's
I'm waiting for Sid James and Bernard Breslau to show up now.
all right.
Oh God.
She opened the door to get away. The monkey slipped into the laundry room. In a smaller, tighter space, I had an easier time getting my hands on the monkey.
I'm gonna and B. I'm sorry, but I've got to. Okay.
No.
I'm doing it.
No, you
I'm
haven't
doing
got to. No. Shut up.
No, he said he
Okay.
has to, so he has to.
it. In that case, Batman, I would like you to read the message I put prior to he.
If it does something wrong, do you spank the monkey?
He did it, not me. I am innocent of this.
Oh, no, but B, he instructed me to do this.
You're both
That
idiots.
means you followed the idiot. Well done. Mhm.
Yes, because following the idiot usually leads to a laugh at
That's
the idiot's
fair.
expense.
Oh
Usually.
my god.
I
That's
think I can safely say MC found that highly entertaining.
Hold on a minute. You what?
But
You said you think. You liar.
Excuse me, I have many brains. I like to keep them in a bag.
Hey, what you have in your sandwiches has got nothing to do with your ability to think.
Or
This is
otherwise.
fair.
That's my last story. Unless you guys have something. Do you have something that you want to bring up?
I think this will only mean anything for the British, but I would like to say congratulations to Restore on their getting over the 100,000 members in 2 weeks.
Oh yes, Lucy. Talking about that, Lucy Connolly is going to sue Femi.
Yeah.
I hope she absolutely guts him in court.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why is the 100,000 sign up?
It's important. I can see where you're going, man. It's important for the fact that Reform got their large number, but it took them years, whereas Restore got it in basically 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They're the fastest growing right wing party in the UK.
Yeah.
That doesn't have an armband.
Yeah. You forgot a word yet. Just saying.
All right, you use
Yep.
the term right wing. What is right wing?
So England for the English?
Well, yeah, for you guys.
Controversial.
Anything the establishment doesn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
I'm not joking.
No, he's not, mate. That's the worst part of it. We have a incredibly dictatorial government. We can sit here and make all the jokes, and trust me, we do. But our government is really, really terrible. I can't stress
And
enough
and completely out of touch. Starmer actually thinks he's popular.
I know. I know.
What was it? Minus 49, if I remember.
47,
right?
I thought, isn't he? He's the most hated prime minister to ever exist in our country.
Most hated prime minister. Apparently, he's more hated nowadays than King John was.
Mm-hmm.
That says so very, very much.
So
does that answer your question, MC?
What are the chances of what do you call it?
Restore.
Restore.
What are the chances of Restore actually making a difference in a positive difference? Let me rephrase it. A positive
none.
difference in
Yeah.
Absolutely none, because we'll never be allowed to get in power.
No, basically, I personally believe, and I stress that part, that basically what's going to happen over here is the same that happened to AfD in Germany, i.e. every other party that exists, i.e. the left-wing party, and notice I didn't say parties, I said party,
Yeah.
are all going to actually bond together to guarantee. Plus, of course, there will be a late delivery of votes that all say anyone except for Reform. And I can't think of any other reason, but that's
Dead
basically
people.
Of course, the dead people will, of course, come out and vote. Especially the ones whose first or last or middle name say Mohammed.
Okay.
Yep.
How broad of an appeal does it have?
Very.
Does Restore have?
Yeah, incredibly so. But it's like I said, it's going to be. You could either use the word shut down or shot down. Either term would apply.
Probably one then the other.
Yes.
They're basically going to try and do what they did to Trump over in your country.
Yes.
Stop him by any means necessary.
Yeah, but they failed.
I mean, we can tell Farage has already been got at.
Yes. Oh, Farage is quite literally, in my opinion, a complete waste of DNA at this moment.
Yeah. He's being bought.
Yes.
No, I didn't think he had a bank. I thought they debanked
him. That's the point. I reckon they've basically come up to him and said, "We will reperson you if you do what we say." And he's gone, Yes, Daddy. Sorry, Daddy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but
And if you really need me to, I will say Daddy in that tone
so
of voice as well.
is
No.
reform basically now in a death spiral that because it
Yes.
shot up, it looked like
Yeah.
they were going to be they were going to take a lot of this stuff, and now they're just in a death spiral going down again. Is that what's
Yep.
happening?
Well, the problem is, you see, is they've taken in so many conservatives that they've basically become the Conservative Party, but in teal rather than in blue. Okay, that is literally. Now I know you've got the whole America red to blue thing, but we've had that discussion before. Okay,
What it's supposed to
so
be? What happened over here? Why?
well, you guys have that whole thing that the Republican Party is red, no it's blue, no it's red, no it's blue, no it's red again. So
No,
Actually, it's pink.
it was always blue
there you
until
go.
the Democrats started realizing that they were too aligned with the communists and they were losing votes. And so the media, which was doing the national news, all got together and they started projecting, oh well, we'll project Republicans wins as red, and then we'll do the Democrat wins as blue. And that's how
Mhm.
the on the national news. Before then, for the most part, it was always the other way around. There was only or two other one of the networks that would do it the other way, just to be different, because they were just doing it different, having a difference. All right, but
Yeah.
aside from that, it was always that way. That's where the whole term "better off dead than red."
Yeah, I
You know, I
wondered
mean,
that.
and so you know, red being communist. All right, so
Yeah.
they then the media doing what it always does, tries to sit up there and control the narrative, and now unfortunately they succeeded in hiding the fact that the commies, the Democrats, all right, are now supposedly quote unquote, you know, blue. No, you're not blue. You're freaking
No.
commies. You've always been commies. All right. When you say you're a
They've
green, you're a
they've always
watermelon.
been the part. Yeah, they've always been the party for the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
Yes, and that hasn't changed. So it's always irritated me when we use terms like right wing, all right, because once upon a time, right wing in America meant Christian, all right. It was a
Yeah, I know.
Christian conservative, all right. That's what right wing used to mean in America. Nowadays, they've conflated it into something completely you can't recognize it. All right,
Like once over in the UK, like
it's a term that's not even useful because when somebody says right wing in America, they're like, well, what are you referring to? You have to literally ask that because they just use this term just like they talk about racist. You're a racist if you say something. Well, what's racist? No one challenges them and asks them, well, what's racist about it? All right.
like Nomad over here, the terms right wing and left wing used to mean, yeah, if you're right wing, your politics were more conservative. If you're left wing, they were more Labour. But you could still have a reasonable discussion about things and agree or disagree on things.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know an old guy who's turned around and says, the Conservatives have become the Labour Party, and the Labour Party's become the Communist Party.
Well, that I can't help you. We always had a term for those. We called them rhinos. You know, I mean, it was
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what that means.
all right.
Yeah, right wing in name only. Oh, sorry, I know what you meant. Yeah.
So I mean, they were that's a separate thing, right?
Yeah.
And
Go on.
it's just our politics. I mean, obviously our politics come from a different place because our politics are not based in class warfare. All right,
Yes.
not when you talk about class versus when I talk about class. All right,
Yeah.
are two different things.
Yeah, when we
Right.
talk about class, we're actually on about class. When you talk about class, you're just on about money.
Yeah.
He's not wrong, but yeah.
I don't disagree with him. He's right. That's how we
Which is
divide.
why when people sit there and say England is racist, no, we're not.
We're
We are
classist.
classist. Okay, we will support black people if they're the same social class as us and not have the slightest problem with it. But if you're of a lower social class, you are looked down upon. If you're on a higher social class, you're also looked down upon but for several other reasons.
Yep.
And in all fairness, the working class and the upper class generally like each other. It's what the British call the middle class that are considered.
Oh, nobody likes those bastards.
There we go.
Hell,
And
even middle
I know
class.
it's different for you guys.
There's a thing. Even middle class people will cry that they're actually working class.
Yeah.
I know. Hannah, that
mean-
Hannah girl.
Well,
Yeah.
B, you see, to me, used to a middle class.
Weirdly, I understand what you mean by that. Yeah.
I bet you've had that off when you were in the army, didn't you, Jensen?
Excuse
Yeah.
me. I am the Duke. Thank you very much.
Yes, you are a joke. It's better than what the other thing I was going to say that rhymes with the Duke, and is an American insult.
Oh God! Just stop it! Just stop it, you weird northern person. Okay. But anyway, that was what I wanted to say was about Reform, and congratulations to them. And while we don't necessarily have that many British followers, I thoroughly support the idea of joining Restore and attempting
Yep.
to literally restore Britain to what it was. I don't want it changed to anything that unusual. I would just like it to go back to what it was, not
Yep.
what it's become.
And I would also like the building of large trebuchets along the southern coast.
I'm still okay with that as a concept. Okay,
Not to invade France, you understand, Nomad.
No, well, that depends. The invasion of France will be done, but it will be done aerially, and it will be very, very short and explosive when they land.
Yeah, the trebuchets are a return back unwanted visitors to France.
Yes.
As you can
And
see,
if Prince Charles happens to be one of them, I'm not going to be too upset.
Are you saying that he's like a Monty Python skit where he gets his necktie, wrapped up in the thing as they get ready to launch?
Well, one, I take that as an insult to Monty Python, but yes, actually, I completely like the idea. I think it would be bloody hilarious, and if that went onto TV or YouTube or something like that, it would go viral within milliseconds.
Oh, you remember that Life of Brian sketch? What have the Romans ever done for us?
Please don't.
We'll get a bunch of racist black people sitting around, right? Do the same sketch, only it's what have white people ever done for us?
They probably have. That's the worst
Oh,
part.
you mean like education, sanitation, cities, technology?
Yeah. But apart from all that, what have the white people ever done for us? Yeah.
Oh, goodness me. Okay, guys.